What is up, guys? Another video, another review, and today we are taking a look at NECA's Razor Claws Alien from the 1994 Alien vs. Predator arcade game. And I have to say, since day one of reviewing the NECA Alien figures, this guy has been on my list. He looks really cool. I really like the Aliens franchise, and I really like the variants that are seen throughout the Aliens universe, and this probably has to be one of my favorites. It's just the color scheme, the presence, the aesthetic. It just all sticks out to me and just hits me the right way. I just think this guy looks really cool aesthetically, and I'm so happy that there is a figure of this guy, and I really like this version of the bright purple more. I know that in 2021 there was a re-release with a more movie accurate paint job, in the sense of what would this guy look like if he was in the movies, and personally not a big fan of that version, but I probably will get it nonetheless, seeing that I bought 2 Rhino Aliens. But anyways, let's take a look into this figure. And of course, before we even touch that fucking figure, we are going to go over some fucking lore, because I like telling people about the lore of things that I like, and I like this figure, so fuck you, you're getting your lore. So the Razor Claws Alien first and only appearance was in 1994 in the Alien vs. Predator arcade game, where there was a xenomorph infestation in the city of Sandrad in California. Probably one of the better things to happen to that state in a long fucking time. And it was our very purple boy who led the horde of drones into the city, where cyborgs Dutch and Lynn did have to team up with 2 predators just to put this bitch in the ground. Getting into the articulation for this boy, his head has really good articulation when it comes to up and down. He can look up and down more than any xenomorph figure I have can, and then the side is a little limited, but I guess that's the price you pay. And then when we come to arm articulation, right at the elbow, his forearm can't really go down all the way. It's kind of stuck at this little pose, so his forearm will forever be brought up. Shoulder articulation, pretty solid, nothing too crazy. It feels good. When we get to the hand area, I really like how the pinkish purple color really brings up the sculpting details in the hand, and his hand kind of looks more fleshy and creepy. The claws are made out of a rubber. They can't really be manipulated, so however they are posed is however they will be posed for the rest of that figure's life. Torso articulation is pretty solid, nothing too crazy, except for the fact you can do a full 360 with this guy, which I don't think any other Alien figure can do, not from what I've seen. And then leg articulation, this guy can do almost a whole split, which is really nice. The better the leg articulation is on a figure, the better I feel. I'm happier. Then when we get to the knee articulation, knee feels really good. It feels really loose, a little too loose in my opinion, and I will show you what I mean by that later. And then the feet articulation, nothing crazy, just standard xenomorph foot articulation. Then when we get to the tail, this figure does have a larger tail than most xenomorph figures do in size, girth and length, which is really nice because it allows it to be manipulated a lot better and more than other tails do. So going back to when I was talking about why it's a problem that his knees are a little too loose, is he doesn't really like to stand all that much. Even when using a NECA stand, you know, the thing made for NECA figures, he doesn't like to stand up. His knees are just weak. I don't think the figure's too heavy because it's just a normal xenomorph, and I don't know. I mean, so you might have to use the tail to help stand him up, but I do get some poses with him standing upright. Obviously, I need to do the turntable segment, but yeah, he tends to fall down a lot. And before we move onto the turntable segment, let's have a look at the second mouth that is included with every xenomorph figure. I don't know why I show these off, I just like doing so. But anyways, sculpting isn't too crazy, paint job isn't too crazy. It's like this really dark purple with the silver teeth. And then the jaw on the Razor Claw Alien opens up really wide. I don't know if that's a lore thing where the Razor Claw Alien's jaw just opens up freakishly large, or if it's just a NECA thing. I don't know. So here we are at the turntable segment of the video, where you get to take a nice look at the figure without me manhandling him, admire all those little cracks and crevices, the great paint job and everything. While I talk about the pros, cons, and just anything else I would like to address about the figure. So going over cons first. So I just want to get cons out of the way because I don't have that many to begin with. One of them is more of a suggestion anyways, so I just want to get this short and sour segment out of the way. And starting with our first con are the knees. I did show you this earlier. It is unfortunate that his knees are loose, so he has a hard time holding up his own weight, because I do believe a figure should be able to support itself within reason, of course. And this figure has a hard time doing that, which makes me sad because I did have very high hopes for this figure. Still looks beautiful. Articulation is good overall. It's just the knees that are killing me. And then my other con, which is more of a suggestion, is to make the fingers easier to manipulate, or make them like kind of like out of the same material that they make the tails of the facehuggers and chest bursters, or the same material as the xenomorph tail. I feel like because this is a different figure, I wouldn't say it's special, it's not like a deluxe figure, but because this variant's emphasis is about the razors, you know, it's a razor claw alien, its hands, I feel like that they should have gone the extra step and made the fingers easier to manipulate, so you can put them in different poses. I know that the other Xenomorph figures you can't really do that, but I just feel like that would have been a nice cool little touch, that hey, this variant, its whole emphasis is the razors on its hands. It's the razor claw alien, so we made the hands, you know, the fingers on the hands much better to manipulate for posing purposes and whatnot. Like I said, that's more of a suggestion. I only put it in the cons because I feel like it was a missed opportunity. But anyways, let's move on to the pros. So there's gonna be a lot of pros because this figure's fucking awesome, and I can't say that enough. This is a really good figure. And let's go on the sculpting. Usually with NECA's alien figures, it's always a dark color scheme, black with dark gray or blue, or just dark colors overall. So, and I'm not saying that the sculpting isn't there, it's there, it's just usually harder to see because of all the dark colors. With this figure, because of the black mixing with the purple pink color, you know, the sculpting pops out more, and you really get to see how much detail NECA does put into sculpting these figures, and it is phenomenal. And I can't get over the fact how much detail goes into these figures. And then going to the paint job itself, besides making the sculpting pop out, I really like this color scheme. I know I mentioned before there was like a more movie accurate version of this, but I do have to say I like this version more. I like the brighter purple pinkish color, and I like how it contrasts with the black and how they play together to make things pop out, and the weathering is done really good. It's something I can't get over how well done it is, and I'm gonna praise it till the day I die. It's just a really awesome execution by NECA. And here is our Razor Claws alien standing next to Big Chap, who is on the left, and the alien warrior, who is on the right, just to get a visual, see how he differentiates himself from the normal drones, from the alien hive and whatnot. It seems like he might be a little bit taller. He is standing side by side next to them, so it's nothing with perspective. So he might be maybe a centimeter or two taller, but yeah. And let's move on to our usual size comparisons that I only do for the NECA aliens for some reason. So here is a Star Wars The Black Series boss. Jazz wears Halo the Spartan Collection Halo Infinite Master Chief, a McFarlane Doomslayer, and a Bandai high-grade Gundam Death Scythe model kit. Final verdict, closing thoughts, outro, that's where we're at. And I can say that this is a phenomenal figure. The sculpting just looks really good, and seeing that the only appearance this alien made was in 1994 as a pixelated sprite, and the amount of detail that NECA added and just went through on this figure is phenomenal. It really shows that NECA cares about their figures, and the paint job looks really good. I like how the purplish pink contrasts the black and just makes the black pop out, and it's just, the weathering looks really good. There are no complaints when it comes to visuals about this figure. It is unfortunate that his knees are really loose and he at times can't hold up his own weight, and I do kind of wish that they made the fingers, you know, more so you can manipulate them, is what I'm trying to say. So I wish that they made that so, because this variant's whole focus is his hands because of his razors. But you know what, I'm not gonna take points off. I'm not even scoring it, but I'm not taking points off for that because this figure is awesome, and no other Alien figure does that with their fingers anyway, so it wouldn't be fair. But like I said, phenomenal figure. I highly recommend this to anyone collecting NECA or Alien NECA specifically. And yeah, so if you think I did a good job reviewing this video, please let me know in the comments, but you don't have to, because that's a lot of effort. I do mainly care about likes and subscriptions. If you think I am worthy of a like or a subscription, that'd be awesome. If not, I just gotta do better next time. And I'm not even gonna talk about the bell, because the bell's fucking broken. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another one.